EMS report.
Your report for March, total calls made were 597. 80 of those were non-transport. That puts us for the month at about 19 calls per day, and for the year to date at 17.3 calls per day. So it's starting out to be a kind of a busy year for us, based on the last 3 months. Jump over to our dispatch a little bit. All the city radios and handhelds are currently digital, and they're operating on a digital frequency. The sheriffs, New Haven PD and Bloomfield PD, we're working diligently on to get those radios changed out and or reprogrammed, shooting for May 1st on the rest of the law enforcement to go digital. So somewhere around about May 1st, all law enforcement in the county should be on digital frequencies. That'll be a significant change.
Quality.
Sorry.
How's voice quality?
Still, I'm not real, we're still tweaking it. It's a little over-modulating, I think, and that takes some adjustments on the equipment. But the distance is really panning out well for us. But it's still a little bit fuzzy in the modulation.
How's it working in New Haven?
Don't have a lot down there yet, since we're still. In our past, well, we did well, but we don't have the New Haven PD converted over yet.
Okay. Road department report, Jim. Yeah. We've already agreed in principle to take this property.
It's a quick claim deed for Love Ridge area. When the state rebuilt 555, they cut Love Ridge and realigned it, and there's property they bought from property owners that outside their basic right-of-way of 555, and they want to dedicate it to the county and quick claim deed. I bought about that deed. It's in metric. First time I've seen one in metric.
Jim, let me review. I haven't reviewed this either, so let me review it before I ask the court. I make them copies. Yeah. Jared, we agreed on this probably 3-4 years ago when they were doing this road.
It's like 6 little pieces of
Sort of
property.
like we did a little road, a little segment, but this is not really any maintenance on roadways itself. It's
just
accepting
pieces of
right
property that
That's where they went through and built a new road, right?
Yeah, I guess it's outside their basic right of way, and they want to get rid of it. They're dedicated to the county.
Yeah, I want to look. I just sent it down to you to let you put the metric.
Matthew, you ever seen one in metric?
I have not.
It's in meters and it's in hectares. Anybody know what a hectare? That's 2.471 acres is 1 hectare.
I want to. Did you have to look at it?
No, I knew all that.
Oh yeah.
Here's all my dogs.
I laugh when I get that email.
I had to get out. What in the world?
I laugh when I got that.
He called my bluff on it, didn't he?
I almost got tickled on the whole thing.
All the other stuff, you want me to go through all the miscellaneous things?
Yeah.
Bulk item finished up last week. Brad's got the numbers for us.
Now this is just a, sorry guys.
Last Friday when we finished with it, about a week past normal, but that was mostly because of the weather and what we had to do during the snow event during bulk item.
And I'll get you guys every year, I kind of do like a total summary. If it shows all the years past and shows labor and trucking costs and all that. That was a quick 10-minute thing this morning I did for you. To show you kind of how this year turned out to the last year's.
Yeah, it was like about 15-20% above, maybe 200 tons over.
But you're still a little less than you were 12 and 11.
12,
Yeah.
yeah. 2011. Calm down.
I don't see much metal on here.
Tires is not bad. Didn't put metal on here. We used to account for metal.
You could have a nice little paycheck for that
They
metal.
were back in the day when they paid $20 a ton. You know, we would deal with
So you cleaned up pretty good, huh, really?
$200 a ton. There's not much out there.
I don't know if any of those came.
We haven't got any calls for missed loads. You know,
We've
extended
the like
the landfill thing.
for another week.
Oh, they still bring it in?
They'll bring it in.
I seen a pile somewhere yesterday.
But we had, you know, whatever. So we got all our gear changed over. We're out doing potholes throughout the county. Went to Green Chapel yesterday, did some bad areas up there. We're out on Patton Road today. There's a big hole in the road out there. He's got a shovel out and dug and dug and dug. I don't know why he dug such a deep hole in the middle of the road, but it's there.
Just give y'all something to do.
And the Great All crew is out cleaning ditches and pipes. We've got quite a few of those. We had a pretty good rain event last week, I guess it was a week ago Friday. And there's a lot of clogged ditches and stuff. So we'll be all week getting that caught up. As far as road department projects, it'll be later on, late spring type thing, like out there on Ritchie Lane and what's the other? Tollgate Road. those
Hibbs
type
Lane, we
of
got the Hibbs Lane project.
things. That was the other thing. Hibbs Lane is the culverts.
Yeah.
I got my easements today from Jeff, and I'm gonna
Advertise.
bids,
Thank you.
and be about a 3-week bid time is what it'll be. So it won't be next fiscal. What is today?
Be close.
We'll see.
We still got Tool Creek.
And we got Tool Creek, coal site down there that we have to, we're gonna construct. So those are what I call.
I noticed there were managers, their old exit, I like that. There you go, Bird.
The boom mower's out boom mowing. We're gonna boom mow with crew until the grass gets tall enough. That crew will put on our bush hogs.
Where they at?
They were in Double Springs last week, or yesterday, because of the work order we had. We're going on Murray's Run Road area and Fairfield area. If you have a specific area, you need to write down for me.
When they
We'll pick up, we're going full thing, but it takes forever. It takes, to get around one district on the boom mower, it'll take 5-6 weeks. So
Yeah.
we won't get to you this spring unless you've got a specific
Why?
road.
I should have been in the rotation from
You are
last
in
year.
rotation.
Well, there was a
You're in
5,
there.
4,
We haven't-
3,
We haven't.
2, 1 was all left.
I need them over there.
I need them too. I just want my 5 weeks. Whenever you get my 5 weeks, I'd like to know when you
It's
get
2 weeks in a year. we'll give you 5 weeks. So-
Right.
I think there's an old briar side still hanging up down there at the garage.
You at the key.
I'm
My hands don't work on them.
not sure when we'll put the bush hogs out there, but we'll play it and see how grass starting to it's starting to grow, so
Yeah.
it's, it'll be something we'll be doing. Signs, we're out there putting signs up too, a lot of little signs down here or there, that type of thing, so we're getting moving on
Good,
things.
good. It's nice to get back on the road instead of doing the bulky item.
Yeah, because the things pile up, people call and they can get a little antsy and things like you guys get a little antsy. It's typical on bulky items, so,
Oh, yeah.
but it's not too bad. That's it.
Okay, we'll move on then to the landfill and solid waste reports.
Kind of on bulky item, we get all these tires in, and what we do in the past, and if you guys remember, we'll contract with the company to come in and haul them out. And there's just so many that we can't cut. To put them in landfill, you got quarter. We've got a machine that does that, but the quarter, 4,000 tires, Jerry. I think you've had the pleasure of doing that before. It would take forever. So what we do is we contract somebody to come in, haul them out. Then I'll get you some quotes. It's getting very hard to get quotes because there's not many companies that are approved through the state.
Only two I know of.
And I've got one quote already, and the second one is slow coming. I talked to him again this morning, still have not received it. So we're allowed to hold up to 10,000 tires at our landfill to our permit, but I'll try to get that scheduled and get those out of there so it's not an issue for us. I have emailed you guys a copy of what is a greenhouse gas emissions report. It's very technical, complicated. Once a year I kind of tell you guys about it. It's something that the federal EPA requires to do by the Clean Air Act. So now it's just a reporting thing. I can
Don't
tell
call
you-
Jeff to have no heart attack over
Yeah.
that.
I can tell you moving forward, that is a way to track what the emissions are. They're concerned about greenhouse gases. What we emit at the landfill is methane. So you got to calculate based on volume and how you operate what you're emitting. So it's just one item that I forward on you guys to show you what I'm doing. They've actually have simplified it. I don't have to do the math on it anymore. But it is simple.
In that we're a small landfill, we don't have to capture the gas and deal with it.
Correct. We're under the thresholds of what they would call active treatment. Like used to Louisville, they used to burn it off, flare it off. Now they actually collect it and use it in different locations. We've had people come in and look at our landfill for those purposes. We just don't generate enough to offset the true cost of what it would cost to build something like that.
You need hundreds of acres of garbage, basically. We got 30, 40.
We've looked at it for heat generation, we've looked at it for energy generation. There's issues, you know, it's
We looked at it
expensive
for,
stuff to do.
An incinerator for animals, that thing, remember that? So we try to come up with some ideas.
We're kind of in that quasi, too small to do anything with, but big enough to do and keep our own. So
Well,
eventually, I know what that report's going to be.
They're gonna crank it down and say everybody's gotta do something with it.
So
Just
that's the reason I always
possible.
support you guys better.
It's nice to breathe clean air.
Oh, sure it is. And rightfully so, but I think we're at a, the unique thing about our landfill is we're at a level where we've almost leveled off on what we're emitting. And unless we take more in, about the level of what we're emitting is probably going to stay at a level pace and then eventually drop it off as things decay more. So probably more information needed than that.
What's the status on our compactors?
I'm afraid somebody's going to ask that question.
We're without a compactor at this point in time. We've had 2 particular fires with our units. The insurance people will be there today. Actually, I talked to the gentleman before I came in. Both the appraiser, adjuster, and inspector are coming today. One of them should be there at any time. So we're going to have to rent one. By law, we have to rent one. And it should be in April 23rd, I think is what the gentleman told me this morning.
A week from, supposed to be from tomorrow.
Today or
Today or
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
depending on trucking. Because you can imagine the thing hard with a compactor is it's not like Caterpillar, we called them, Wayne Supply, there was not one in the entire United States that they would rent us. And the reason being is once you put it in the garbage, it stays in the garbage. They don't want to rent it, basically. They
You don't
want
want
to
to have
buy
to clean it up and try to refurbish it.
They're not going to, they won't even give you a new one for that.
Yeah.
They'll give you a used one, they didn't have a used one in their fleet. So actually I went to 2 other vendors that we've purchased in the past. They gave me quotes for renting, and we'll rent until we figure out through the insurance company what direction they want to go. One unit's very fixable. I've told you guys that. I've shown you the estimates.
Estimate's about 25,000 to fix.
On the one
the
unit.
one.
We have to wait until the inspector comes. They do what's called a cause and origin, and they'll look at it, figure it out, and we'll get that one fixed. The other one is more of a significant fire.
Was you able to work anything out with rent on a purchase price?
With that particular rental agreement, anything that we pay towards rent, if we decide to purchase that unit,
Just in
will
case
go
it-
directly towards the purchase price.
So this one that we're renting is for sale also?
Everything's for sale. Yes.
That's the reason they're shipping it down here.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, I thought maybe it might be they keep one on hand.
They
not
do.
Around to
Yeah,
these-
but not-
They do, but that being said, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, if I'm going to rent something and we get into the scenario when we need to purchase something, this would be a perfect time for a test drive.
Has this one been in garbage before?
Oh, yeah. It's a 1996 model, guys. We don't make enough money buying a new one. The new one costs $500,000.
Happening?
No, 699,000 was the price on one that's just about a year and a half old.
Dean's looking at the nice ones.
I'm looking at one model sort of like ours.
The way
It might be a little bit
it's
bigger.
The same as what we've got. or is it-
It's the exact same model and make. It's just 2 years
You
new.
gotta understand, if you,
It's a 96
once
model. I
you
say
put
new, it's
something in that
96
garbage,
model.
It's got, how many hours?
13,000 hours.
all that junk gets wrapped around the wheels,
That's the
it
problem.
gets,
Never been rebuilt?
it is.
It's wore out.
Very hard to say.
Hard to say till we get it.
Maybe you can take all 3 of them and make one good one out of it.
Get out one of those engines. But let's see how it goes.
We'll get it down. We'll see if we
Oh,
don't.
we
They can do the
But
ambulances.
that's all they had. You looked all over the country.
We had one out in Missouri, but it was one of those old wrecks.
That's where we do the ambulances.
It's huge.
That's not big.
So at
Okay,
any rate, that's where we're at with that.
making progress.
State knows where
Just
we're
to
at.
answer your
I
question.
totally disclosed what we're doing, and that they are going to send, they are going to send an inspector down to verify what we're
Yeah.
doing. And
I mean, you can't magically make it appear.
yesterday,
I bet that's stumble on that little problem.
they were cooperative yesterday when I spoke with them. They do want to just document what we're doing. So
Are you stretching it out more, is that what you're doing with it?
you just walk people to death with a high lift and a dozer.
Dozer.
You do the same thing, just not as heavy.
I got you.
The Highland's got garbage protection.
What is the weight differential between the compactor and a dozer? Or
Well,
The dozer's.
dozer is 35,000, compactor is 80. Problem with the dozer, it's made to walk on top of things.
Yeah,
Where
it
trash
does do
compactor's made to squish it.
It's got the,
Then you can't get dirt compaction out of the dozer very good.
So
You know, so it spreads the load out on the pads, so that's.
that's the reason it's important to have one.
That's why they regulate it, make you have a compactor.
You can buy about 1,000 sheep, put them out there, they'll pump out.
We're doing the best we can.
Brad,
It was a long week last week.
Matt, would like that answer your question?
Yes, it is.
It's time to move on. Any other questions for Brad? Then we'll go to the next order of business. I put on the agenda, Rhonda and I have been working on the budget, but we're still trying to gather some information. In particular, as you know, if you've been watching the news, the state road plan has not been approved. And their deadline is tonight at midnight, I believe. They'll have to call a special session. That impacts our road fund in particular, and in particular, we're looking at a minimum $100,000 differential if certain gas tax levels aren't kept. But so we're going to gather that information as it becomes available. If not, we want to present the budget to you on the 29th. I understand Keith may not be able to be here, but we'll present it if we have to. But it's just to present the budget. There will be very little, no discussion about it. Just by law, I'm required to do a budget by May 1st. But Ron and I both felt since we were meeting on the 15th, it was a little early to fully expect all the information to be made available. Believe it or not, 2 weeks' time at a state level on a budget cycle year makes a difference on our impact. Jail, a lot of other things. What are the allocations for the jail? What are the allocations for the truck license distribution? All that impacts the county budget.
Our next meeting, is that election day?
29th?
No.
No. Oh.
May.
No. The meeting's actually the election's the second, third, 20th.
Third.
Yeah, third.
Third.
Well, we'll be on our third.
It will be on our third meeting.
Our
Third
second
meeting,
meeting.
yeah.
We
Our second
can adjust
meeting.
that.
We can adjust that.
Okay.
Yeah, to accommodate Elaine's. She's gonna have her hair pulled out probably by that time. Any other business?
Judge, you're talking about budget. Are we going to be able to make a payment on the industrial park? Are you going to dedicate that towards natural gas lines?
Well, we're waiting for the final price on natural gas lines, see what we're talking about enhancing before we make that determination. We're making a payment on the note this year. This year as well.
This year, is it in the budget for next year? Or is that what you're asking?
Yeah, for next year.
We've got it in the budget. We've got it in the budget, yes.
Have you heard anything from LGD on that?
No, I have not.
I guess I'll call them.
Probably wouldn't hurt you to let me know if you hear anything. But we do have a payment of $250,000 on the note at the industrial park. It is.
If there happens to be a special session, this looks like there's going to be, just from the news this morning, when do they have it?
I haven't heard that. The governor has to call that. He's the only one who can call it. If indeed they don't have the road plan fixed tonight, if we don't get something by 29th, we're going to go ahead. I've already determined that we'll go ahead and budget $100,000 shortfall on the road fund. Then we can also always amend it down the road.
$100,000 come out the road department?
Gas tax money.
Yeah, it comes to funds,
Yeah.
the road department, is that what you're saying? That's our.
And also, it don't affect our budget, but it affects our rural secondary roads like Nat Rogers Road, roads like Nazareth Road. It'll be about $125,000 less than the blacktop money for that if the gas tax doesn't stay the same. Because it's a floating formula based on, Jeff, what do you call that?
Consumer price index?
No, I can't remember the term they use on that. But anyway, it's a floating price on the gas tax.
What's it gone down on us so much that it's trying to pick again?
It had, but now it's jumping back up, so they may,
Just a gallon more.
I think they're arguing over something that probably is not going to happen.
But it's based on the wholesale price of the gas, that's what it's based on.
Right.
That's the wholesale price.
I knew they had an automatic adjuster, I didn't think it went down though.
Oh, yeah.
The wholesale price went down quite a bit.
For every
back when they
penny.
first went in.
Yeah.
For every penny the gas tax goes down, it's $32 million in the state budget.
It doesn't.
A year.
Yeah, I thought it stayed.
And that reflects back to the local.
1 cent.
1 cent is 32 million. That's not a lot of money when you talk about how big as this state is.
Just the bad
You
part.
talk, you divide it out by 120 counties.
The cost of repairing roads doesn't go down. A lot of it is a little messed up.
The total that they were talking about differential was about 2 pennies. and it was about 64 million.
But there's 30 cents.
And they
in
spent
state
64,
tax. Now, it's right at 30 cents in state tax.
I think it was less than that.
It's high 20s or.
High 20s, yeah. But we're still, with every state that touches us, other than the state of Tennessee, we're still the lowest gas tax in
Yeah,
every
I
state
thought we
that
were
touches us.
kind of below the national average quite a bit. What we charge.
Other than Tennessee, but they've all, but Tennessee's got a 9.5% sales tax. Anyway, we won't get into that local politics right now, or state politics right now. Any other business magistrates? Ma'am?